that song is called Blue Moon. I played you this because blue moon is a rare phenomenon. It's used to mean when things occur rarely, the colloquium once in a blue moon. Why is that so? It's because in a year there are 12 full moon cycles, but every 2 to 3 years there's an extra full moon. And because this is so rare, the term once in a blue moon means a rare occurrence. I played you this song because I'm taking you to Taiping to look at the historical sites of Taiping, and I've never been there in all my 50 years. So it's sort of like a once in a blue moon thing. Cheers. Taiping is the second largest town after Ipoh, the capital of Perak, and is located in the northern part of Malaysia. Its name in Cantonese means Great Peace. It is supposed to be the wettest town in Malaysia with the highest rainfall in the peninsula, and it is a town with many historical firsts which I'll take you to visit. Okay, we are now at the Taiping War Memorial. It was built to commemorate the Allied soldiers killed during World War II and during the Malayan emergency. The cemetery is divided into two parts. On this side is the memorial for Christian soldiers who died. There's a cross of remembrance over there. And over on this side is the memorial for non-Christian soldiers. There's a stone of remembrance. This cemetery was built in 1947 and is currently maintained by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. There are 866 graves here. The fallen soldiers buried here range from Australia, New Zealand, India, United Kingdom. But there's one Dutch soldier and even 4 Malaysian soldiers buried here. This is the cross of remembrance located on the Christian side of the cemetery. This cemetery is supposed to be the first and largest war memorial in Malaysia. It looks very well maintained. The Commonwealth War Graves Commission was established in 1917 with financial contributions from the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa and India. And now we're moving over to the non-Christian side of the cemetery where the non-Christian soldiers are buried. The stone of remembrance with the inscription "Their name liveth forevermore." The Commonwealth War Graves Commission was established to commemorate the 1.7 million forces who died and lost their lives in the 2 world wars. They maintain the graves in 23,000 locations in 150 countries worldwide. They even maintain the living quarters of staff caring for the graves, as you see here. The Taiping Prison, one of the oldest prisons in Malaysia, established in 1879. At a time when Chinese gangs were running tin mines and engaged in open conflict. The concept of prison trade was first introduced here, where prison trade was used to enrich the coffers of the prison authorities. Convict labour was used for carpentry, rock breaking, fabric weaving, rattan and metal crafts. And during the Japanese occupation, this prison was used as a detention camp for prisoner of wars. Interestingly, many of the old buildings seen in Taiping today was built with the help of convict labour. The first museum in Malaysia is located in Taiping and is called the Perak Museum. It was constructed in 1883 by Sir Hugh Low, the Perak resident. Hugh Low was also the one who made the first documented climb of Mount Kinabalu, and Low's Peak is named after him. In 1885, the Perak resident decided to limit membership of the Perak Club only to high-ranking officers and miners, but not planters. Some senior club members were angry with this and decided to form their own club and call it the New Club. The site of this new club was very strategic, overlooking the Taiping Lake Gardens, and the site was given to the club as a permanent lease on condition that the name the new club was retained. This is a very active club and it has a tennis court, squash courts and also a swimming pool. The Ipoh Padang or Esplanade was established in 1875, initially as a marching ground for the Perak Armed Police, and it was commissioned by Lieutenant Colonel Walker, whose statue can be found at the Perak Museum. It is now a popular venue for public sports activities. The All Saints Church was the first church built in Malaya in the year 1887. It is a wooden structure with Gothic design made of Meranti wood. The bell tower has 4 tubular bells, and it has a stained glass window installed in 1911 which survived both the world wars. It has been declared a National Heritage Building. Taiping Lake Gardens, Malaysia's first park, was opened in 1880 and was created from abandoned tin mines. The 62-acre land was donated by Chung Taiping, a rich tin miner, and was the brainchild of Lieutenant Colonel Robert Walker. One part of it is the Rock Garden, a garden with prehistoric sculptured animals, built in the 1970s and inspired by the Ultraman series popular in those times. Rain Tree Walk, most popular part of the lake gardens. The trees here are Salmania saman, also called the monkey pot or rain tree or Pokok Pokok Lima, was planted by a British officer in 1898. It's named so because its leaves close when it rains and during the sunset at 5 p.m. In those days, the sunset was at 5 p.m. unlike now at 6 p.m. because of the time change. The trees appear to be bending to drink water from the lake. The Taiping Clock Tower in Jalan Kota was initially constructed from timber and then 10 years later was converted into a brick building. It used to be the town's police and fire station, but now it functions as the Tourist Information Center. Bismillah Chendol, established in 1993, a famous spot in Taiping for chendol. Join me as we try it out.
Ya.
Chendol lah. You want normal chendol? Chendol. Dua.
Kacang ke?
Kacang.
Pulut.
Kacang pulau di mana?
Biasa.
Ini ke biasa? Kacang.
Kacang only one. Biasa.
Pulau mana? Yang biasa dua.
Jaga. Sampai kacang mau.
Okay. So I'm now eating the famous chendol, Bismillah chendol in Taiping. Kidney beans with the chendol, with the gula melaka and coconut. Nice and cold. It's sweet, mix it. Good. The Taiping railway station was initially situated where the old King Edward VII Primary School was. It was the first railway station in Malaysia, opened in 1883 to cater for the first railway line running from Taiping to Port Vale. In the 1890s, it was relocated to this current location at Jalan Station. This railway station was built by the Federated Malay States Railway. The first railway coach routes for this line is still preserved at the Perak Museum. And the old Taiping railway sign is still preserved for remembrance at the town centre. The first telegraph station in Malaya is located in Taiping, at the site where the first railway line was, and it catered for the phone, telegram, postal and banking needs of civilians in colonial British times from the 19th century onwards. And Taiping Telegraph Museum depicts history as it was before. It showcases the development of telecommunications from the 19th century right up till now in Malaysia. In this museum you can see old telecommunications equipment ranging from Morse code to operator control phone lines to teleprinters and even rotary dial phones. The Taiping Market, built in 1884, is a very good example of a 19th century timber building and is still functioning today and maintained by the Taiping Municipal Council. This new clock tower located opposite the market is nothing much to shout about. The clock is not working. But the folks here say that at night when it's lit up it looks very nice. The first railway station was situated where the school was. Many famous leaders were educated here. Among them include my classmate Dr. Sundra Lingam, who is now an eminent infertility specialist in Queensland, Australia. The school motto Magni Nominis Umbra, which means under the shadow of a great name. Well, I got interested in rain trees after my trip to Taiping and decided to explore the rain trees located around KL. There's a big tree on Jalan Kia Peng in KL, which I went to have a look at. So this is a rain tree located in the heart of KL. You can see the width. It's almost the same as my arms outstretched. There is another old rain tree in front of Star Hill Gallery, which is 130 years old. And another tree in front of Menara IMC next to Concord Hotel, which is almost 150 years old. Interestingly, I returned at night to the same tree to look at whether the leaves actually close at sunset, and they actually did, as you see in this video. So I hope you enjoyed that short trip to Taiping to look at some historical sites. This also got me interested in rain trees, and there was a small diversion at the end looking at rain trees locations in Kuala Lumpur. Cheers till the next episode at Life at 50.